our next segment was going to be on using the tools that are available to you to.
Can I interrupt you?
Yes.
I just want to talk about Amy.
Oh God.
yes.
No.
Yes, now that she is the Inspired Shades Sales Director, I just wanted to talk about Amy and what all that means. Can we do that? Come stand center stage, Amy.
I'll monitor questions.
No, come on, Amy, stand up. Gotta, love it.
You're getting clapped, Amy.
I want the step stool back here.
So, as you might be able to tell, Pro Design is not. We're not the sort of company that has lots of stuffy, sort of hierarchical, sort of. There's none of that stuff. It's just all around how do we get stuff done for you that helps your business. And so we don't have like these ladder of positions that you can kind of climb up the corporate ladder. So when we made the announcement we made about Amy the other day, it was for some very specific reasons, and it was for us internally, but also for you guys to understand exactly what does Amy's position do, because actually you got some questions about this, didn't you?
What the hell do you do
what
all day?
actually do you do all day, Amy? Which is something that we've been wondering as well, especially now she's working from home. So
nap couches.
yeah. So in pro design terminology, if somebody's a director, that means that they're really directing something. That means they're taking charge of a whole task and they're running with it and they're making it happen. So, for example, Rebecca is a marketing director. And I said to Rebecca yesterday, probably 3 years ago, if we'd been introducing these new programs, I would have been doing all the talking about the product. And I was listening to Rebecca and I was like, I have absolutely no idea what she's talking about. I don't know what this board-mounted balance thing is. I don't know any of this stuff because Rebecca has done it all. And she has kept us in the loop, but I don't listen very well. But she takes the vision for what we want to do in terms of products, and she creates the whole program, the sampling, everything out of that. And that to me is what a director does. They have complete and total control of the program, and they really manage it right through. And that is absolutely what Amy does with budget lines within Pro Design. So she really does two things. First thing, she absolutely gives us the vision of how we should be running our business to suit what I would call her franchise. She really does. She is a fierce internal advocate of the way we should be performing, how well we should be doing things. And so she drives us on your behalf to be a better vendor, or the best vendor hopefully we can be. And so she is giving direction internally to us, but then also she is implementing. So she is following through on all the steps and all the things that need to be done. And she is working with you guys, hopefully, in terms of training and development and understanding of our product line. But also she is really focused on how do we add value to your business. So she's trying to work out, how do we add value to your business? And so, that's absolutely, it's just absolutely what a director does. So it's just such a good description of what Amy does within our world. And, she doesn't have to come running to me to make decisions. Amy makes the decisions that impact what we're doing with you as franchises. So she really has, that level of control. The other side of that, I would say, is that, year ago or year and a half ago, maybe we had 300 franchises that you were looking after. Now you've got 700. So we've seen this explosive growth. And Amy's target is to work with you to help you grow your business. It's not possible for Amy with 700 franchises to be the one that's shipping out your samples or taking orders for brackets, and all that stuff is really critical to it. It's really important that gets taken care of. So, alongside Amy, whereas Amy is working longer term with you, working on how can she help your business, while at the same time having your coffee mornings and your happy hours and your, which is all really cool stuff and important as well. We're building the team of customer service specialists who will handle everything else. And that we are going to make sure that all that stuff gets done like clockwork. so that nothing gets dropped. So that if you call into the customer service team because you need something, it gets taken care of every time. So you don't need to worry about whether we have your back on that. The customer service team will have your back on that. Amy has your back on how do you grow your business, and you know, how can we help you be successful. So that's what that was all about. And I just wanted to say all that so that I could embarrass Amy, because she said to me, please, 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 please don't do this. So I just did.
Thanks.
Anytime.
Also
Anytime.
appreciate that. Could you please stand up?
Well,
Sorry.
you do stand up, really, in serious. So there you go. That I just want to say that because that kind of leads into how to work with this.
That's true. That's very true. And this next just little bit will be just kind of the nuts and bolts and things that you may or may not know about working with us. Initially, we had talked about doing this for people who were just new to us. We had talked about like, what are the main reasons people visit us at convention? And usually it's to what's new, but then there's also the who are you and why you? So anyway, this little section is about that. And then yes, we will break early for happy hour because I think we've all earned it today. So the first thing I did want to talk about was kind of in line with what Chris just said. One thing we do very differently is we do not have regional sales reps or local sales reps. We did that. It was really a very mindful decision. One of them is pure greed on my part. I can't give up anybody. Sorry.
It's emotional. You can't tear a franchise away from anyone. No.
Cold death grip.
Yeah.
But the other reason was more of a customer service thing. So good or bad, it could be a bad experience, but you're all getting the same experience. So that's good. We just really wanted to make sure that every experience that a franchisee has with us is a consistent one, that you're getting consistent training, consistent answers, consistent feedback, consistent follow-up. And so that's why it's always been so important for me to work directly with our customer service team and, you know, Lauren and Marcia and the girls, Denise and Roseanne and Emma and everybody, just to make sure that we're all giving you consistent service all the time. And we were really so afraid. I think we hear stories of, you know, where you have a great rep in one pocket and a not so dynamic rep in another pocket. We didn't want people to be saying that about Pro Design. We wanted them to be saying fabulous all the time.
Can I say something else?
Yeah, do that.
I feel that a lot of the time sales reps can become a filter. So certain things get back to us in the company where you have sales reps and certain things don't. And so instead of listening to you directly, we're listening to what somebody else, the sales rep, is telling us that you're saying. And we didn't want that. We want a much closer organization to what you're saying. Mm-hmm. So we, you know, Amy, you're talking to Amy, and Amy and I are talking every day. If you want to order a bracket or you want to complain about something, why are you going to a sales rep who then complains to somebody else? You go straight to us in the center of the organization and we deal with it. Mm-hmm. And it's so much shorter communication span, and it gives us so much clearer voice of what you want. And that's why I don't like that. I don't like that. I also don't like the fact that sales reps are there to push products on you, to sell things. We're not there to sell things to you. We're there to try and bring you things that you actually want to buy. And that's just a different way of looking at it as well. So, we don't think of Amy as a sales rep or a salesperson. We think of her as somebody who's helping you develop your business and helping us understand what should we be doing and how are we doing? How well are we doing? So sometimes when we're not doing very well, she tells us. No uncertain terms, I can promise you. You do not want to get on the wrong side of Amy.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
There's probably like 20 people that say you're lying, but
I'm just saying.
Anyway, we are in constant contact with the factories. So that's one of the cool things about Inspired Cheese is you are like right there at the factory level. When you need something or you've got a consistent issue, you know, we're able to talk that night to the factory manager. So anyway, I just wanted to explain that real quickly, but also to help explain the relationship with how to work with us. My job is to help you grow your sales, whether it be through getting you the sales tools that you need, you know, your sample books, your hand samples, helping you design showroom displays, that kind of thing. And of course, training. One of the things we really learned during this whole work from home environment was how effective training really is. And my dog and I spent hours and hours training you guys on camera. training your new salespeople, doing your office meetings, which I loved. That was so fun for me. I really miss traveling out to see you, but in the absence of that, being a part of your team meetings and, either introducing product or really enhancing the understanding of what Inspired Shades is all about with your team. That's what you need me for. We have the most phenomenal customer service department, just responsive and caring and nurturing group of individuals who are certainly more than capable of helping you with programming and getting your bracket, getting your samples, status on your orders. You don't need me for that. Happy to help you, but you don't need me for that all the time. So I just invite you to use some of the tools that we have available that all of us can see. One of them is our main email address, which is inspired@prodesignllc.net. That is seen by not only the customer service team, but Chris, me, Stephanie. We see that all weekend. It is not unusual for Chris to pop onto Inspired and answer questions that come into that email address. Sometimes the danger in latching onto one person and sending your bracket and sample and parts requests to one specific person is they may be working on another project that day or out of the office that day and completely miss your request. So I really, if it's something just, general need, I invite you to use the inspired@prodesignllc.net email address.
I would just add to that. That goes into an internal system which we run. It's a piece of software called Freshworks, which is a very, very powerful piece of software. But basically, everybody in the company can see that, so it can be allocated to somebody to actually take care of it. And then Lauren, at the moment, that's into the marshal, will be looking to see, has everything been done. You can set timers to make sure things are done at the right time. So there's a whole infrastructure behind there that takes care of it. It's all too easy if you email one person over the weekend, frankly, for us just to forget or just lose it. So that's why we want to bring as much as we can into this customer service team, because that's their job, is to make sure that you get taken care of.
So we additionally, we put in a text line last year when we all had to go home to work from home about a year ago. So that text number, I think that Andrea is going to put that up on screen for you now. Is it on there?
Just our phone number.
Oh, just our phone number's on there. So that's our main customer service number. I don't have the text number, but if anybody's interested, I don't know it off the top of my head. So if you're interested in that, just chat us down there. We'll send you the text number. That's great for just texting us quick requests like, hey, do you have a picture of Morocco ink wash installed in a window or something like that? Here's a fantastic picture of my dog. That would also be fun. So, or I need brackets, I need parts, of course, please just let us know who you are, because sometimes we just get a text that says, can you send me a product guide? And that's all we get. So anyway, there are those tools. Then the other thing I wanted to bring up to you were two websites that you can use as sales tools in your business. One of them is the original Inspired-Shades website that we started with. And Rebecca spent just an unbelievable amount of time making those two different websites now tools that you can use for different reasons. So Andrea has brought up, is that the shop? That's the Inspired, okay, inspired-shades.com website.
And on this website, the ways that I differentiate between these two websites is with the site that we're on now, Inspired-Shades. This website was really created for you and for your team. So it's something that you can use to maybe train your reps on the Inspired Shades collection, see the different options that are available in the Inspired Shades collection. It's really franchisee focused. And we've also got the Franchisee Toolkit available on this website. And in this toolkit, you'll find really just a wealth of information. We've got instructions, we've got videos, we have options for contacting our team. Digital downloads are available there as well. So that'll be some sales PDFs as well as our high-res photography. All of that can be found in this toolkit. You can also find the link to our ePick login if you place your orders through ePick. And yeah, it's a really great portal for you guys to go to. Oh, and our product guides are always updated here as well. So we're always happy to take your calls, always happy to answer emails, but sometimes just going straight online, I know I prefer to get information that way so I can get it a little bit quicker. So yeah, this toolkit is a great option for you guys. And again, this website is very franchisee focused, created for you and your team to learn about our collections. And then our other website, shop-inspired-shades.com. Sorry for my domain names, they're a little long. This is the website that we created more for your customers. And this website is completely customer facing. Everything points back to designs, nothing points back to pro design. So you can feel free in sharing this website with your customers. And they can just get an idea of what the options are that are available in our collection. So you can see here our roller shade page gives them a good idea of what to expect whenever they order a roller shade. And then you also have the option to order swatches directly on this website. So you can send your customers here to place their own swatch orders. You can order swatches for them to be shipped directly to them. We never charge for shipping on our swatches, so we do ask that you try to limit yourself to about 10-ish swatches per order. But if you have a situation where a customer needs to see a whole lot of fabrics, you know we always try to accommodate. So those are the two.
Or negotiate. We also negotiate.
Yes.
Yes. Order more than 10. It's a drink token for a 2022 convention.
And then you can also see all of your installation photos. So Amy also has a Facebook group that she started a few months back where we are just getting so many gorgeous installations from you guys. We love seeing these. And so you'll also see those creep over onto this website, and it's a good way to show your customer a real shade in the window, because sometimes our stock photos don't do the best job of showing exactly what the fabric's going to look like.
Not trying to self-promote that Facebook page, but if you do want a place where people are, it's strictly for Budget Blinds franchisees and their teams, anybody Budget Blinds associated. And it's just a great forum for people to either chat about questions they have with Inspired Shades, share some amazing installation photos, and a nice, easy, quick way for me to get news out to you when we've got things maybe not worthy of an email blast or something like that, but also, you know, tips you can use. Then certainly I've been using the Facebook page for that as well. So the last thing, was there anything else you guys had, or are there any questions?
I did just chat in the text line. The number is 330-294-9878. So if you want to save that in your phones, I did put it into the chat at the bottom. And if you text that number, again, it goes to everyone on our team. We have a lot of people monitoring for that, and hopefully if we get back to you quickly, you can send pictures, videos. It's a good number to share with your installers if they have an issue whenever they're actually going to the customer's install. Just snap a quick photo and send it to us, helps us to get your problems taken care of quicker. And then Sue Pinto actually asked for the website for customers. Sue, I'm messaging that to you. It is shop-inspired-shades.com.
There's really great videos on there too, operational videos. We often get asked things like, Andrea did those, I think. You know, can you tell me how a wand motor looks when it's operating, things like that. All those little, you know, nuggets that your customer would ask are on there. And I often tell people in my training, if you know you're going on a roller shade consultation, like you already know that's what the customer wants, and you're trying to kind of streamline that consultation process, send them to the website before you go to visit them and have them maybe start looking at some of those decisions they'll need to make prior to you getting there, so you can get in and out and you know, quickly and efficiently. So
we did have, I believe it was Tammy who told us she uses it as like a pre-qualification for her customers. So just getting an idea ahead of time before she actually goes on the consult. What are you looking for? What are the kinds of fabrics that you want? Saves her the time.
Yeah, time's good.
Yep.
Means more visits.
And it's also, I'm sorry to keep droning on about the website, but it's also something that is just a constant work in progress. So if there's something that we can add to either one of our websites, be it in the Franchisee Toolkit or another option that your customers need to see, let us know. We really like to make sure that those are up to date and the best tools for you. Just like all of our collections, we wouldn't have anything if it wasn't for you guys' feedback. So keep it coming.
So I think the last thing to discuss today before we start discussing margaritas is what to do if you are interested in opening an account with Inspired Shades. And going back to the inspired-shades.com website, in the franchise toolkit is a forms download where you can actually just, sign up to or send us the information that we would need to open up an account for you. You can download our account information packet there. Some of the nuts and bolts about working with us, we currently have 4 full collections. We have our roller shade collection, which is decorative, residential, 360 some fabrics, primarily decoratives, great jacquards, textures, really cool prints, a small selection of solar fabrics. We've been asked several times over the past couple of days if we'll be adding to our solar shade collection. Probably not. We're not doing exteriors. Sorry, I just had to get that one in for y'all. Sorry.
Not yet.
Not yet. Then we have our dual sheer shade collection, which launched last year, and that is over here 107 fabrics, 30 of which are room darkening, very aggressive price point, very, very competitive, and able to bring dual sheer shade conversation into the same conversation you would normally be having about roller shades, because there's a nice seamless kind of price groups that go from your very basic roller shades up through your high-end dual sheers, and there's some overlap there. So along both collections, very easy specs, very consistent offerings, and we're all about simplicity. I can remember one of the worst days that Rebecca had was the day where our spec sheet almost had to go onto a second page of the product guide. Yeah, she was like, oh, what are we discontinuing so that we can keep all of our specs on one page? So anyway, those are just kind of highlights of those collections. The roller shade sample book is $160 US. The dual sheer is $175 US. Each one is rebated after 5 orders. You keep track of those 5 orders, so we have no way of doing that automatically, unfortunately. Then the next collection is our natural shades collection, and we have 2 books in there. You are not required to carry both of them. The woven wood collection is this one over 3 stacks. Each of these books are $110, or the set $190. The natural or the woven wood collection is the more mainstream price, actually really aggressive pricing. And I know of franchisees who are successfully selling from this book in the same conversation they'd be having about cellular shades, if that tells you how aggressively we've priced this. A lot of really cool fabrics, some meshes, some matchsticks, some jutes, grasses, all of that, natural colors, grays, bright whites, lots of really fun things. Then in the natural woven collection, which is this book right here, was just relaunched in 2020 at convention. So it was remerchandised. The more delicate, high-end designer fabrics, still very competitive though. One of the cool things that Chris has been able to do is keep our costs on our natural shade products. We've not had really enormous price increases over the years. And so what we found is that where we were maybe a little pricey in this collection 5 years ago, we've not moved all that much, and the rest of the industry has gone beyond us. So people are really selling from this natural woven collection very competitively with other vendors. So I just recommend that you take a look at that pricing. Again, the product guides and price guides are in your inspired-shades.com franchise toolkit. Password is inspired toolkit. So, and then the last collection we have is our stock drapery collection, introduced last year. The concept behind this collection was just to be a simple, easy, inexpensive add-on drapery panels, stock panels to your other shade sale. Have found that since then it's morphed a little bit into just kind of a standalone product, but the intention was for it to be just very easy, very basic. Step your customer through the process of choose your fabric, choose your header, choose your length, and that's it. Choose your lining, and that's all there is to it. So I know Rebecca talked in depth about the updates that we're making to that, so I invite you to come back. I know she's going to be putting out a PDF of all of our updates to go out with that. So the last thing that you would need to know is we are on Touchpoint. We're also on ePick. If you are not using Touchpoint yet or working towards that, we have both order entry systems available to you. And then as far as some of the benefits, we have AutoPay. And if you're signed up for AutoPay, 2% discount. We charge your ACH or credit card at shipment, time of shipment. And so 2% discount on that. And hand samples and showroom displays, 50% off your cost. So we have some pre-made hand samples that will be in the office soon. We ran out at the end of the year, right before Chinese New Year. So the pre-made hand samples are this woven wood. It is Venice cobblestone, one of our more popular fabrics. It's got edge binding because it's a hand sample. I think getting tossed around in the van. It is half lined with privacy liner and half not lined. Still can't believe we got away with getting them to do this for us.
Factory hates you for that.
Yeah, I was going to ask them for edge binding down one side too. It was like, oh. But anyway, and this is in our cordless system. We love our cordless system. 1.5-inch head rail, nice slim head rail, 96 by 96 shade on that same narrow head rail. So this hand sample, as we've configured it, is $35. And we will have them in Ohio probably in a couple weeks. Like I said, we just ran out. Then we have a stock. It's not going to go well, is it? We have a stock roller shade as well. It is the Rialto Driftwood, one of our more popular colors. Square fabric wrapped cassette in our exact lift cordless. This is also $35. But again, when it comes to hand samples, showroom displays, all of that, you are more than welcome to design your own. Just let us know in the comments or through an email that this is a hand sample or a showroom display. We'll apply a 50% discount and send you a new confirmation. So I think that's it, right? We have.
I have only one other thing to add, which is just that because of our business model where we are, we're making the shades right where we're producing the raw materials. Mm-hmm. You should expect to see all our products being upgraded, changed out, re-merchandised every year. So, this isn't something where we launch a book and then 3 years later we launch another book. We're just continually adding things and trying to keep the product lines on trend. So that's something that we pride ourselves on.
We did have a question. Can the woven hand sample be ordered as waterfall as well?
I have already ordered a lot of the standard kind. Yes, it could be, but that would be something that you can just configure on your own in Touchpoint and just email me and tell me that this is a hand sample. I'll apply a 50% discount. I have not pre-ordered anything waterfall style at all. Sorry, Kevin.
And I had something else that I wanted to add too. If any of you guys are new to Inspired Shades, you don't have an account set up with us yet, like Amy mentioned, you can download our account application on the Inspired-Shades website and the Franchisee Toolkit. But we also have it available on our convention webpage as one of our downloads. So you can download it there. We also have a tear sheet that has all of our book pricing on it. Also has a link to our website. So if you want to check out our collections online before placing your book order, that is an option for you to do as well.
Speaking of our convention website.
Oh
yeah.
Be sure to check it out. I don't think that we've actually talked about that today.
No, we haven't.
If you haven't been able to stop by our webpage yet and look at our videos, be sure to do that. Instead of making this product focused, we kind of took a different route, made them a little bit more about our process, what goes on behind the scenes at Pro Design, and especially our production process. So you'll get what we're calling our factory tours. You'll get to see from the bamboo being woven in the bamboo forest all the way through to finished shade production in our natural shade factory tour. And then we also give you a tour of our roller shade factory where you can see from the selection of the yarns that are woven into our roller shade materials, again, all the way through to finished shade production. It was pretty cool for us to see just the process that everything goes through, made us feel a little bit more connected to the product on our side. So hopefully it does the same thing for you. And then Chris also has a video talking about the story behind Pro Design, kind of our roots, how we got started, why we are the way that we are. There's also a video on there.
Why are we the way we are?
Yeah.
Oh, the margaritas have arrived.
And then there is another video too of everyone at Pro Design kind of giving you their job description, what they do for budget blinds, what they like working about budget blinds. So it's a great opportunity to put a face to the name for the people that you might talk to on a daily basis on our team.
All right, so we're here if you've got any questions at all, if anybody wants to chat in, or at this point you can unmute.
Yeah, and we would be able to hear you if you unmute, Kevin, so feel free to go ahead.